Hello everyone. First, let me introduce our group members: 赵雨琪、王小丹、吴超鹏、曾玉轩、郭怡君. Introduction. Today we will talk about endogenous growth theory. Economic growth is important because it improves living standards and people's lives. Traditional growth models like the slow model see technology as something given. However, Romer theory shows that growth comes from investment in research, education, and skills. Countries that spend more on innovation and human capital usually grow faster in the long run. Okay, next.
Now I will explain Snow model. For the neoclassical growth model development by Snow, long-run economic growth is explained by capital accumulation, labor growth, and exogenous technological progress. The model of some design return to capital means that as the capital increase, each addition unit contribute less to output because of this capital accumulation alone cannot sustain long-run growth. In the long run, economy coverage to a steady level of income per worker. Therefore, continued growth in income per capita can only come from technological progress, which is great as exogenous in the Snow model. Another important implication is the conditional coverages. Countries with similar saving rates, population growth, and technology needs are expected to coverage to similar income needs over time. However, a key limit of the Snow model is that it cannot explain present difference in long-run growth rate across countries. Policy measures such as education or R&D investment can only affect the level of output, but not the long-run growth rate. This limitation leads to the development of energy's growth theories, such as role models.
Okay, the part 3 is Romo's indigenous growth theory. Now I will explain the Romo's indigenous growth theory. Romo's indigenous growth theory argues that technological progress is indigenous, meaning it is created within the economy rather than coming from outside. Unlike the solo model, Romo emphasizes that long-run economic growth is driven by deliberate investment in research and development and human capital. Firms invest in R&D to create new ideas and technologies, while education improves workers' ability to innovate. An important feature of Romo's model is that knowledge is non-rival. Once new knowledge is created, it can be used by many firms at the same time, leading to knowledge spillover effects. These spillovers raise productivity across the whole economy. As a result, continuous innovation can support sustained long-run economic growth. Okay, next question is why Romo improved the solo model. This explains why Romo's model improved the solo growth model. First, Romo introduces the impact competitivity, where successful innovators can earn the temporary monopoly profits. These profits provide strong incentives for firms to engage in costly and risky R&D activities. Second, the accumulation of knowledge helps to affect a diminishing return to physical capital, allowing economic growth to continue over time. Most importantly, in Romo's model, government policies matter. Policies such as investment, education, R&D subsidies, and property rights can affect the long-run growth rate, not just a level of output. Therefore, Romo's indigenous growth theory can explain the persistent differences in economic growth across the countries, which the solo model cannot fully explain. So based on the Romo theory, countries that invest more in innovation and human capital tend to grow faster. Next, we will compare the United States and Malaysia to illustrate this using real data.
Now I want to talk about why some countries grow faster than others. I will use the United States and Malaysia as example. According to Romer growth theory, long-term economic growth comes from new ideas, research, and skilled workers. These factors are very important for a country's development. The United States spends a lot of money on research and development. It also has many well-trained researchers. This helps the country create new technology and improve productivity. Malaysia spends this money on research and has fewer researchers. Because of this, it depends more on traditional industries and its economic growth is less stable. In conclusion, countries that invest more in education and research can grow faster and more steadily in the long run.
In this discussion, implementary resource ethical issues such as privacy, fairness, and trust. Some monitoring can help reduce self-liking, but too much monitoring can cause stress and unhappiness at work. In conclusion, self-liking is a real problem in remote work. ABC, INC should use clean and limited monitoring and also trust its improves. Focusing on work results, not constant watching, help best company and the works. Okay.